What up, fam? Hit that like, hit that subscribe. This is A2D Wednesday nights. We're recapping Falcons, previewing Saints. Maybe we get a better pass rush than our defensive front. Let's go.
I mean, how silly is that, man? We're talking about practice.
The Philadelphia Eagles are Super Bowl champions. Eagles fans everywhere, this is for you. Let the celebration begin.
Welcome in, everybody. This is A2D Wednesday nights, only on A2D Radio. Every Wednesday, we are brought to you by Baggio's Bread, located in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. Home of the best stuffed bread, tomato pie, sandwiches, cutlets, meatballs, you name it, and fantastic desserts. And you mention A2D Radio, get 10% off your order in the store. So go check them out. All right. As always, no Ian, Greg Mwakovic. I'm Tom Arnone. Missing a lot of our doggies tonight, but they'll be back next week, and we can't miss. You know what I mean? You can't miss after a loss like that. We'll get into it. We'll recap Phillies, Brewers at the end of the show if we have time. They lose 2 or 3, struck out 16 times tonight. That's anemic. All right, that's feeble. Whatever the right wording is, I don't care. Inept. All right, zero approach.
All correct. Correct.
All felt right.
I'm sure there's a couple others in there as well.
Yeah, there's a few, I'm sure. Yeah. Saints preview, Eagles Saints preview. We'll give you your score predictions, players of the game, and a chance for you guys to win more money if you nail the score. Also, we got to recap. We got to recap. We got to recap what we watched on Monday Night Football with a lead. There's so much to dissect that we didn't get the opportunity to, Greg.
Yeah.
Monday night for a post game because it would have been epic.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah, it would have been epic. So our poll tonight: the Eagles' defense is their biggest issue through the first 2 weeks. Agree? Disagree? Let us know. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. That's where we're live. Everywhere you get your podcasts, we're there as well. Hit the like, subscribe. Most importantly, I say it every show. Giddy up, get in here, comment in, hit the damn like and subscribe. Stay with us forever. Absolutely. Absolutely. They ain't defense. But first off, Darius Slay stinks. Okay? Darius. His name is Darius. And you can be accountable all you want. You can be, it's my fault. My fault. Okay? Drake London don't shake anybody out their drawers. You understand? He don't put nobody's jock strap on any yard line ever. All right? And he makes you look silly because you want to jump around and make a big play. You want to make a big, and that game ain't on you. But this is some of the tackling. Some of the not wanting to tackle, which kills you in the run game when you have corners who don't want to tackle. I don't know how many more times I have to say it to people. If you have corners like Bradbury, like Slay, that don't want to tackle at this point in their career, you will get exposed. Now, we're not getting exposed just because of that. Our front's atrocious. All right? It's atrocious. And something that we knew going in, we didn't talk enough about it, but we did. We did.
It was potential to be an issue, right? We just hoped it wouldn't be, right?
And it is. and
here
we are.
Hey, we're here.
And I'll be honest with the people. Monday night was the first game I sat through. I wasn't fired up. And you're going to say, Tom, what's wrong with you? You've been doing this for 42 years now, babe. You know what I mean? You're a lunatic with it. It ruins your whole week. I'm just watching. I'm just taking a step back. Not my fanhood. And how I view the product that we're putting on the field and the head coach of this. So I've taken a step back and binocular stuff. So before I even get in to the defense and the offense and everything else, this is full binoculars on Nick Sirianni year. And if you all don't take a step back from the emotion and just watch the cringy shit, the cringy high school shit that I got to watch on a Sunday, a Monday, a Friday night game in goddamn Brazil, I don't care. I'm tired of the antics. That stuff usually doesn't bother me. But when you run down the field, like you walk something off, like would you walk off on the CJ tackle? You run down the field like you walk some shit off. It's cringy. It became cringy to me. Are you a leader of men? Can you get people to buy in to a culture, the teamwork, the film? All the rest of shit don't matter. And I just feel like this is a clown show. What I watched in the first 2 weeks, he's a clown now to me. And I don't want to call him that because he's not a bad guy. But the antics are making him look like a clown. And if you're winning, I ain't got nothing to say like I didn't. But when you're 2-7 in your last 9, I got a lot to say because that's atrocious. That's fireable. But we're not going to look at it like that. You had to come out guns blazing to start this season. And I told y'all, if you ain't scoring 30 a night, there's a problem. Again, there we go, week 2. We didn't drop 30, we lose. This team has to drop 30 a night. So you want to not kick field goals in a nothing game on the second goddamn drive of the game, and you want to tell me what gets players' juices going. You want to tell me what gets players' juices going. We'll get the juice flowing. We'll get a little juice in your veins, okay? Is that you kick that. You go up 3-0 on Monday Night Football after a great drive. You have your offense feeling good about themselves. You gain confidence with your offense. No, but you want to play fucking hero ball on the biggest level in sports. At the highest level, you want to be a hero. Well, then execute it. But at the end of the day, you don't go for that there. You pay kicker a shit ton of money to come in and make kicks for you. That's why you pay Jake Elliott. That's why you pay him. So it's 3-0. First off, wins you the football game. Second off, it gets you feeling good about yourself. I'm tired of it. This ain't video game shit. I'm going to curse all night tonight because I'm tired of it. I'm sorry for the long rant. I'm sorry to be fired up. But before we get in any player, let's look at the leader of the men that we put out on all the days of the week. And then we'll get into everybody else. But God damn it. You can't be 2-7 and being like a jerk off. Like a jerk off. Wait. Oh, like throwing the other team. Look, you got Big Dom next to you. Because that's what I'm tired of, Greg. If you're winning a ton of games, be a hero. Let everybody know you're around. But when you just got to open up and fucking collapse that we all sit through last year, and then you come out and put this shit on the table week 2, and you blow a game because you want to go for it. You want to pass the ball. You want to pass the ball on 3rd down. I don't care if it's open. We know he needs to catch the ball. We know it's open. We all got eyeballs. You're also paying him how much money a year to run the football? Get the fuck out of here. So who's that game on? The defense? I disagree. This is on Nick Sirianni.
I was hoping you were going to disagree when I created the poll question.
Well, I wasn't thinking about that. I was just thinking, yeah, it's a big issue out of the offense and defense for sure. This is where I went on my Nick rant, and it triggered me. So we ran out higher level guys than him. Shit, another guys in Kansas City just winning. We run shit out. What Flower Boy get and T-shirt Kitty get all this time? Why does he deserve all this time? His seat's roasting. Roasting. And if you don't come out and put a goddamn great performance Sunday against the Saints, enjoy Mardi Gras, babe, because you ain't coming back here. You want to talk about must wins for him? So there's my rant.
I'll tell you what, this schedule doesn't get any easier either.
I don't give a shit about that.
We needed that game.
You need every game in 17 games.
Yep.
It's a point of 17 games. But it doesn't make or break your season. We're not even talking about that yet. We're talking about this clown throwing games. We're talking about a head coach having his fingerprints all over a loss. Not the players. Not the players, which is easy targets usually in losses. Not the players. We can't even get there yet. We can't even get there. When you talk about Roundabout Monday, you can't even get the players yet. And anybody out there who's gotten to the players before him, you take that poster down. Take her down. Take her down, fanboys, because you bought a t-shirt you like. You know what I mean? Like, take it down. I'm waiting for you guys to just interject so I can stop, because it's going to go too long. We might be 45 minutes of Nick Sirianni bashing tonight, and I'm not the guy who runs coaches out of town. Think about that.
Sounds like it, though.
No, but I know, Greg, you and Noah have done this long enough with me. I am not the guy. I run the players out first.
This is why I vehemently disagree with you. It's because this isn't normally you, and this isn't what good organizations do, right? We don't run a coach out after 2 games, right? We don't run a coach out for just being a moron in situations, right? We had a coach here that everybody loved, right? Who had the biggest balls in the world that wanted to go for it on every 4th down, and that was all acceptable. Now we got a guy who does it, and now we want to run him out of town, right? We want to run him out of town. Now, the only caveat I'll agree with you there is once you call a timeout, you kick the field goal, right? If you want to go for it in the moment there because you know that the place is rocking, right? You want to capitalize on the momentum. Cool, go with it in the flow. But once you call a timeout, that's where I will agree with you. That you kick the field goal after you call a timeout, because now your surprise is blown, right? We wasted a good surprise on you is blown, right? But in the moment, I was good with it. I was good with it either way. I was sitting there because we know what's going to happen, right? We know this team, or we thought we had a different team, but we obviously see that this team is the same, right? But this is what we have. This is what we are. We're not firing anybody. Right, I know you're not, actually calling for it, but that's the emotion speaking, right? Because we thought and we hoped that this team was going to be different than what we just watched last year, right?
The Nick thing isn't fire him tomorrow.
Yeah,
the Nick thing's there's a target.
Well, no, that I agree, and yes, and the other side of it, the celebrating in the end zone with CJ, yes. 100%.
Don't do that shit.
Even Dom. Dom, what are you doing down there?
Yeah,
what are you doing down there? Like, I know you're like the president, right, of Philadelphia now, right? Big Dom, the president of Philadelphia, right? But like CJ made his first play of the season, and it was a huge play, right? Great play. Thank God the refs are morons because he absolutely pulled his helmet off like a moron. But he finally made a play, which was awesome to see. But yeah, Dom and Nick, what are you guys doing down there? Just let it go. Let it go. But yeah, I mean, ultimately, I hear you, but I disagree on the firing and trying to run coaches out of town 2 games into the year. Right? We're right there. Right? We're 1 play away from being 2-0. And I know that's not saying much after what we went through last year, right? Because it was always, we just got through, right? We just got out with a W. But I look back at this game, and there were things that looked good offensively in this game last Monday, right? There were things that looked good. We just didn't score. You know what I mean? Like, I thought Jalen actually really had a decent game up until trying to make something happen when we didn't need to.
But that's the difference in the NFL, though. It's that team that finishes the drive.
100%.
That team that doesn't make the critical that makes that critical catch. Now, granted, they should have ran the damn ball there, and I know what play I'm referring to. I mean, granted, yes, Saquon has to catch that ball, but also, hey Nick, hey Kellen, he was running for 8 yards a clip. 8 yards a clip. Hand the ball off. What are you doing? Hand it off twice and it's over.
Seriously.
And not only that, I mean, look, it's a team loss. It's on Nick. Okay, Saquon should have caught the ball. And then if all else fails, how about our defense? Make a play. Make a fucking play. Get after the quarterback. I didn't see one stain on Kirk Cousins' jersey. Not one. Not one. You let an average at best NFL quarterback go 70 yards down the fucking field in less than 2 minutes. What was that, a minute 40 on the damn clock? It was effortless. It was effortless. Atlanta, the Falcons looked like they had the best offense of all time. Drake fucking London, are you kidding me? Come on. It's inexcusable. Damn it. Bring the fucking house if you have to.
Seriously.
I don't care if you have to bring all 11. Get after the quarterback. You can't let him just sit back there.
I feel like
That's why we lost the fucking game.
Yeah, I feel like a Jonathan Gannon game plan a little bit, right? And
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna get torch, at least get torch blitzing, right?
yeah, like the fact that I felt like we never brought anybody was amazing. And I don't know. You know, you thought the pass rush would be better.
Our best pass rusher was 90-year-old Brandon Graham.
Yeah. So the only thing, Greg, that you said, you know, about Doug going for it on fourth down and Nick, I mean, Doug got a Super Bowl going for it.
Yeah, how's he doing now, though?
That's not the point. I mean,
Yeah.
Doug's time could have been over here, just like Nick's time could be coming to an end too. Time's run out, right?
I hate to say it, Nick and Dougie P could be fired at the end of the same season.
Could be.
But this isn't
Yeah,
a
but
this ain't a
Doug
Doug
did it.
Nick.
Doug did it before he had the Super Bowl, though.
Yeah, but okay. And when Doug was going through that kind of stretch, that's why he got fired.
Doug did it his whole career. I'm just saying at one point we loved it. Now we hate it.
I don't hate going for it. That's not what I'm saying. It's time and place.
Yeah.
It's all time and place. It's
I hate this is 2 weeks in a row. I hate the whole scripted first 15 plays. This is 2 weeks in a row that we've looked like absolute shit in our opening series. I think we might be the one of two teams who haven't scored a touchdown or points in the first quarter, something like that along those lines.
Okay.
Like Monday night, you get the football. That place is absolutely bananas. And we went, 3-4 and out on the first drive? And then to your point, right? We don't kick the field goal and we don't get points on the second drive. And we take the entire stadium out of the game.
3-0 gets it going.
3-0 gets it going. But even a 7-0, 3-0 at the first drive gets it going. Like, I think even if you look at it, go back to Brazil, too, that was the interception and the fumble was our first two drives down there. But it was those plays and the play structure that created those turnovers from our quarterback. And then we come here, our scripted plays this week were trash as well. And I feel like we're missing momentum here when we get the ball to start the game. Like I said, that place is absolutely rocking. And then all of a sudden we go down and we look like shit on offense and we open the game like that. Like that's prime momentum to go down and score 3, 6, 9, 7, 12 points. You know what I mean?
But even if you don't, like, okay, you don't score in your opening drive, whatever, you get the ball back, you go on a great drive.
Sure.
You're running down their throat, right? And you have an opportunity to go up 3-0. And that's not going to set off fireworks. But at the end of the day, it's a lead. It's a lead.
Yeah, like I said, once you call the field goal, you kick. Once you call the timeout, you kick the field goal.
Yeah.
Right. Like I said, to me, if you want to go for it in the moment and you're feeling good, like the offense is working, cool. Like go for it in the moment. Try and catch them off guard. But once you call the timeout, because then the play call coming out was an end zone or bust, and we only needed 4 yards for a first down. Like you didn't have to get a touchdown. All you just needed was the first down to keep it going. And they acted like it was a 2-goal situation where you had to get a touchdown there.
It was weird. Drew says, if we win this game, do we still feel like it was an absolute mess of a game though?
Defensively, yes.
To me, I would say it was a game that really didn't like get me going in any way, right? It was just like, okay, good drive, right? It was like some moments did, but for the majority of the game, it was sort of like meh, right? So I think, we just would have been happy with the win, right? Especially since, that's essentially 2 home games, right? You would like them in 2-0 in those 2 home games, but it's not the end of the world. And he says, obviously, you put the stamp on it, but I don't want to overreact. My gut tells me we were frauds, though. Yeah, I feel like our job too is to react to it and then calm down. Like, like I said, the binoculars on Nick are never going to go away this year, and the bullseye on his back, where he has to be successful and he has to be able to get these guys out of this, right? And nobody's really talking about firing them week 3. Right. That's just more emotion. I'm not firing a coach in the middle of the season. I can handle that at the end of the year because it's not going to change nothing in season unless you're doing it like now. Right. Which is just crazy because I think that's too much to do. If you have expectations of going to an NFC title game, you're stuck riding it out unless it's 1-7 where you're like, I don't have a choice, man. So, that's a different conversation. But yeah, I don't know what they're going to do with this defensive front because it's a problem.
Send 11. I don't care. They got to find a way to get to the quarterback. There's to be able to pressure the quarterback.
There's too much money. Right, with what we're paying, Huff, what we're paying Sweat, and ultimately Graham. Let's be honest, he's there though. Not that I don't think he's the issue. And there's too many high first round picks there to be this anemic in a front. Obviously, we knew it was a possibility just because you're going to a new defense, right? You're going from a 4-3 to a 3-4. So we knew the possibility was going to be there. We just naturally hoped that the talent that these guys have or had would outshine. And we're looking like the clowns right now through 2 weeks.
Yeah. Chris says this game was lost when they didn't run the ball twice on 3rd and 4. Yeah, I don't disagree with you, brother. Appreciate your super chat. I mean, Greg does, but I don't.
Catch the ball.
Catch the ball is right.
Catch the ball.
Catch the ball is 100% right, but we don't need to try to catch the ball.
I hear you.
We need to run the ball so the clock keeps running.
On that side of it, I feel your disdain.
I had a TD parlay I was trying to catch, motherfucker. Catch the damn ball.
Catch the ball. I feel it. Makes sense. The more you know in situations. All right. Catch the ball, you catch the money, right, Greg?
Yeah.
I got you.
Chris says, how can we be this boring with all this talent? That's the weird part.
Yes.
It's the weird part. I felt bored for the most part the first 2 weeks by this football team.
Yeah.
I don't really
Monday night, I didn't feel like rage after the loss. I just okay. I wasted my time. That's what I felt. I wasted my time. You know what I mean? Like you said, how you felt, you weren't fired up for the game. Like I was ready to go.
I was ready to go. I was ready to go for the game.
But after the game, and because I'm sitting there, I was watching with my dad,
my point, Greg, that by the end of the first quarter, I was like, man,
100%. I agree with you.
Fired up for Monday night.
It was boring.
Let me make that clear.
And Chris Kaufman is absolutely correct, right?
But say what you were saying. Sorry.
No, I was just saying, after the game, I didn't feel any rage to come on and scream. You know what I mean? Oh, blah, blah, blah. Not that it wouldn't have been fun. Not that I wouldn't have done it, but we've seen it, right? I'm starting to become numb to what the Eagles do to us on a week-to-week basis, right? I'm starting to become numb to watching them screw up in big-time moments and big-time games. This game was a winnable football game. It should have been a winnable football game. It should have been a win. Even with all that said, to his earlier point, I agree. I think we still would have been a disaster about the defense if we would have found a way to win, right? If we would have found a way to win, I think we would still be all over the defense.
You're
Well,
right,
look,
Drew.
even in a game that had numerous lead changes, I just felt, right up until the end, there's no fucking way we can lose this game. And sure enough, was I wrong?
After
I
the
wasn't even
touchdown,
thinking
I had a title broken out for a win. And then once they started driving, I'm like, shit, I guess I got to go change the title now because we're not winning.
I had the HUD post-game post, like the score.
Yep.
I had it as 2-0. I had it done. Like, I thought, we kicked the field goal, even at worst, we win. Even there, I still thought we were going to get a stop. But I just had all the confidence that we were going to, like, get the first down and just continue to run the clock down. But, we didn't. Martian said, HUD, my trade to the Chiefs fan base is spending blood work and physical. And Drew says, I started typing that we were boring too. But Tom, when we were clicking versus the Packers with Saquon and AJ's long TD pass, that was exciting. And Drew's right. Sometimes you can get clouded.
Yeah.
Right. So I'll agree with you there because I get clouded in that what I watched. I would say more week 2 was boring. Week 2 was boring. Defensively, it was boring. And Greg, we thought about week 1. You didn't think it was a lot. Right. And I thought it was. And we're in week 2 and we get through week 2 and we get gashed in the run game.
Yes. It was.
That's what makes games boring. Sorry. When you
I was going to say it was more evident Monday night.
Yeah. Because when you get gashed in the run game, you're not going to get pressure on the quarterback now. Like, there's so many factors that play into getting pressure on the quarterback, and it all starts with stopping the run. If you don't stop the run, good luck getting pressure. Because how many long downs are you going to get yourself into? So we talk about pass rush and we talk about this stuff. You guys have to run first and foremost, and they have not done that. So I don't know if they got to bring other guys down the box. Things need to change to be able to stop. But everyone wants to tell me Devin White shouldn't be playing.
Yeah, and week 1's hero took a step back this week.
Yeah.
Right?
Like
he looked pedestrian, right?
He thought he would. You mentioned it. We talked about it, right?
He looked pedestrian.
Yeah, he probably had the game of his life week 1, and who knows if we'll ever see it again.
But I don't know why Dean and Devin White aren't your starters. Like, it's just 101. Like, we're trying to stop the run. So if you're trying to stop the run, wouldn't the common sense thing would be, let me get a run stopping linebacker in here? Who are you paying more money to? Zach Bourne or Devin White?
Definitely Devin White.
We did this all wrong from the beginning. We should have been talking about Nakobe and versus Devin. Nakobe can play the other one. That ain't that serious. They both can. It ain't like this big system change in a 3-4 from being the 2 inside linebackers. It's like, it's different. It's not like you're playing a 4-3. It's, you know what I mean? You're not. Like, you just, one's the mic, one's not. So figure that out on comfortability of your players, right? And get 2 runs, get a run stopping linebacker in the football game. I would start there because there's nothing else you can do with the rest of your roster to stop the run.
Right.
So the only option you have is that. Like, who else on the roster at the linebacker spot has 100+ tackles? Who else on the linebacker spot has been? Because if we're gonna go off of practice and shit, we need to buy a fucking clue. We need to understand sports. Because that means we don't.
Especially practice in these days, right? It's not like practice in the old days where it was legit practice where people were hitting everybody, right? These are walkthroughs, right? These are glorified walkthroughs these days because of all the health and safety concerns, and rightfully so, right? It's nuts. It's nuts that we have these two, and maybe it changes this week, right? Maybe it changes because we're going to go face it out of a Kamara like running back, and we know we're going to need.
How many touchdowns is he going to score against us this week?
It won't be 4. I guarantee that it won't be 4.
Oh, Christ, I hope not.
But I see the chat kind of going off about it too. AJ Brown and missing AJ Brown. I just found the game plan offensively was odd too. Like where was Dallas Goedert all game? What was the
on a milk carton?
What was the asphyxiation of Britton Covey all game? Like, why is Britton Covey catching six balls? I have no problem with Britton Covey, but why is he catching? Why is he?
Why is he your feet? Why is he your featured receiver when he
Dallas Goedert's nowhere to be found? You know, Dotson's nowhere to be found, and I give a little pass to Dotson just because he's still new. But in a case where you're missing your stud wide receiver, you got to step it up, or you got to find places to go. I think Saquon even only had 3 catches out of the backfield. You know, we should be feeding Saquon. We should be feeding Smitty. Dallas Goedert should have been a focus of this offense Monday night in the absence of in the absence of AJ Brown. And maybe it is. Maybe he does only trust 2 guys.
Yeah, he doesn't look for him. I mean, he doesn't see the middle of the field well. So, I mean, I don't want to.
It's very odd.
Are we saying that our $250 million QB can't read a defense? Crickets.
I mean, I thought he had good plays in the game, right? I thought he played well up until the interception.
At times, yes.
Down the field, right? I thought he played really well.
Yep.
I thought his runs and his scrambling ability was much better than week 1. So I don't want to sit here and absolutely trash him because I thought he played well.
I agree, and I
think his only mistake was the interception.
Yes.
But at the same time, I don't know how much of the focusing on a Britton Covey over Dallas, right? How much of the progressions is he going through to find these guys, right?
Right. I mean, I can't, I can't trash the guy either. All right. But I mean, he took a couple too many hits for my liking on some of those runs, but he's trying to make a play. And I think I liked how at times, yes, he used his legs more, unlike the second half of last year when we collapsed and folded like a deck of cards. So that was good to see. But man, until we learn how to consistently finish drives on offense, and until we learn how to get a fucking pass rush on defense, this is going to be a roller coaster of a season. And we're going to be sitting here after quite a few games talking about how did we let this game or that game slip away.
Listen, man. This was real easy shit.
Tommy, hold on. Before you go on a rant, Tommy, because I know it's coming. We got over 80 people watching on YouTube. We got 105 people watching all together. Hit that like. Hit that subscribe. We only got 20 likes on YouTube right now. There's over 80 of you watching. Oh, Martian, real quick. This is for you, buddy. Me and my quick math. I see you, Martian.
Should be more like Greg in his Google search. Hey, Martian. Should be more Google search oriented. So listen, guys. We came into this season with the amount of talent on this offense. And it then became full binoculars on the quarterback of this football team. When we say he's played, we're like, he played good. Think about that. He didn't play great.
He didn't play like a $250 million QB, but
he played good. It's not a shot at Greg. It's a shot at what we're like measuring it off of. Like, I agree with what he said. I didn't have a problem really with how he played until it was his last throw, right? But man, we knew he had to play like top 5 with the amount of talent he had to prove it, right? Prove 2022 wasn't a fluke. Prove you can do it again. Well, after 2 weeks, is he in that conversation?
No, he's not. And it's not close.
So, see that? It's 2. It's 2 fingers. So, if this continues, God forbid, there's 2 guys who cannot. Maybe the one can, because they'll always do that. But if I'm organizationally running shit, if you guys slide and continue to slide like this, like epic shit, you know what I mean, guys? Not just like 500 football, like slide. Neither one of them can be here. If you guys can't figure it out, right? If there's no right, there's no sun over the mountain or whatever the fuck you want to call it. There's no good, whatever. No end in sight. You got to move on. I hope that's not the case. I'm hoping these 2 can figure it out and he can play what a lot of football will have to be played. That he can go play like an MVP candidate, and that this coach can get these guys to figure it the hell out. But from what I've seen in 2 weeks, he's running around like a clown. All right. And he's cost us a football game. And the quarterback hasn't been much better. Hasn't been much better. Now, we having this conversation at 2-0? Probably not.
No.
But we're still having the conversation and shit we don't like with Nick, maybe. But when you win, stuff gets thrown under the rug. When you lose, and you turn the football over. Houston.
Shit gets amplified. Absolutely.
Houston, we got a problem. There's too much talent on this football team. And other teams can say it, but they don't got this kind of talent. That's the difference. So you can bring up Lamar. You can bring up Barrow, somebody said. You can bring up every goddamn fucking quarterback around. Ain't nobody got what he's got.
No.
Ain't nobody got what he got. Close. There's people close. Don't get me wrong. But nobody's got what he's got. So, listen, forget the numbers for a second. He's got to win football games, first and foremost. I'm not worried about his stats and, being top 5 in that. I'm saying he's got to play at a high level. That's all it is.
That's right. We got to beat the Atlanta fucking Falcons on Monday Night Football in our house. That's right. Yes. If you're a top 10 quarterback in the NFL, yes, you should find a way to beat the Atlanta fucking Falcons on Monday Night Football in your house. That's right. And we couldn't do that.
Now, take coaches out of it. You put the game on the defense Monday night or the offense?
Defense. 100% the defense.
Yeah, the defense. You can't give up that drive. You just can't give up that drive. Don't get me wrong. I know the offense should have iced the game, and they had their warts too. But you cannot give up that drive, especially in your house. There's just no excuse.
And it wasn't even
you basically let Cousins basically walk his team right down the field. Right down the field, 70 yards.
And they were
in the blink of an eye. Oh yeah, it was effortless.
They were across midfield in 2 plays.
Yeah, it was effortless, Greg.
I think Mooney went out of bounds.
Yep.
Right outside the 10 at like 25, 30 seconds left, right?
Yeah, that schmo killed us.
Darius Mooney or Darnell Mooney.
And then Mr. fucking AK-47 celebration, Drake London, Jesus Christ. I mean, he may be a knucklehead, but he killed us at the worst time.
Listen.
That was a terrible penalty, by the way.
You can't. We go back to it, guys. You can't get gashed in the run game like that and expect to be competitive. So that's your interior. That's Jalen Carter. That's Jordan Davis, and that would be Milton Williams, and that would be your linebackers, right? And your corners have to want to tackle.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, there's no options to really get better there than to bring Devin White into the football game. And if that's for Vaughn, then that's for Vaughn. That's fine. You try different things. But the pass rush comes with, obviously, it helps stopping the run a little bit. They haven't done that in the first 2 weeks. So it's then hard to get pass rush. But even that being said, I mean, it looks anemic. It looks really bad. Like somebody said free Alex on.
Yeah, where's Bryce Huff? Did he play at all? I didn't hear his name called once.
No, that's a problem.
It wasn't called.
I mean,
he was there.
$51 million, and I didn't hear his name called once.
Yeah.
I don't know, fellas. We obviously have a lot of problems with this football team. We got a lot of talent, but we have a lot of issues to go along with it. And a lot of deficiencies that need to be fixed in a damn hurry. Because if we don't have a pass rush in New Orleans, you want to know how many points they're going to score against us? They'll put a 50 burger on us. We better not give Derek Carr the time that we gave Kirk frickin' Cousins.
Wow, Andrew, that's crazy. Reddick was the last edge rusher to get a sack, while Desai was his defense coordinator.
Oh, my Lord.
Yeah, that is concerning about Jalen Carter, though.
Yeah. I thought Carter's.
Go ahead.
No, I said I thought he's been playing well. He's just obviously the focus of the offensive line. But but then you go back to who Jalen Carter probably perceives to be, and we perceive him to be. All the greats get by, right? All the greats win. So if you want to be a great, you win. You look at what we've had here for 10 years. Fletcher Cox won a lot of the time, even being the focal point of that defensive front, right? TJ Watt wins every week. Aaron Donald won every week, even though that they were the absolute focal point of the offensive blocking game plan, right? So at the same time, I want to give him a pass, but at the other time, if you want to be an all-time pro and all elite guy, you need to win. And he's not, and let alone no one else is. So if he's supposed to be our top talent, then, yeah, Houston, we might have a problem. Seth Joyner has a lot to say.
Yeah, he always has a lot to say.
Jalen Carter not beating. Yeah. You're beating the speed limit, though. Oh, too soon?
He's not beating. Wow. He's not beating his alarm clock. And Martian, that's great.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, BG being your best pass rusher is not ideal.
It's not ideal. That's not
I don't
ideal
know.
for anyone.
I don't know what's going on with Jalen Carter. Makes you want the guy that was a part of rushing up your asshole the whole night in Bijan. But yeah, I don't know what's going on with him.
Is that new? I didn't hear that. Was he benched at the game?
I heard rumors of it. But I mean, Cotton Ball saying, that something happened, I guess last week or just in general. Yeah, and Bryce Huff doesn't want to tackle. He's not a 3-down outside guy. He's just not.
He never was. In his defense. Right?
No, and then teams put you in this situation where they'll stay on the field. They'll go hurry up. They won't allow you to get guys in the game. And then when you do have them in the game, they'll run the ball down your throat like they did. Yeah. You notice every time Bryce Huff was in the game, we become one-dimensional.
Yeah.
So, listen, it's a trickle-down effect.
Yeah, not an excuse by any means, but Bryce Huff was a situational pass rusher on the Jets, right? He wasn't on the field all the time.
And we're trying to pay him to be that dude.
And we're trying to pay him to be TJ Watt, right?
Yeah, so it's like, in defense of us, it's like, well, in defense of him, I'm saying, it's like, well, you got to get stops on first and second down to be able to let guys like him do what they do.
Yes.
And if you're not getting those stops, like we're not, here we are. And then we're talking about it's all him. No, we know he can't stop the run.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's guys like Josh Sweat that are getting a lot of money to be 3-down guys that stink. Like, we knew what Bryce Huff is. Josh Sweat's the problem. Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis. Those guys aren't playing well enough. Nolan Smith fucking stinks. So, as of right now. So, guys got a lot of football to prove us wrong. But right now, they've all stunk.
No arguments here.
Yeah.
I mean,
and like I said, a lot of money,
and a
lot of top end picks to be this bad.
The lack of situational awareness by Sirianni and the lack of pass rush by our defense absolutely costed us on Monday night. There's no two ways about it.
Yeah, Bijan knocked Nolan right on his ass.
And oh, by the way, we got New Orleans and they scored 91 points in the first 2 weeks.
Oh, football evens out.
Come on,
football.
now. You've been watching.
No, I hear you.
You know that shit evened out.
I know.
We're going to get into it, but before we get into it, T. Cole says, Howie, you fumble so bad on this defense. See, that's the only thing, like, maybe I'll disagree with. Because, like, on paper, it shouldn't be this bad. But again, I'm factoring the Kobe Dean and Devin White playing. Like, I think that's the difference here, guys. Like, it's not going to get you a pass rush, but it's going to help you stop the run a little bit better. I mean, goodness gracious. We should be pounding the table for this guy to be playing. We should be pressing people on Twitter for him to play. Then we should be thinking we're going to get more. If you make stops on first and second down, you allow guys to pin their ears back.
Yeah.
If you know what somebody has to do, it makes your job easier. So we haven't done that. So we have to figure out ways to get stops on first and second down and stop the running game a little bit. And leading this week, I think you assume when a team's embarrassed like that you're gonna get their best shot.
They respond, yeah. Yeah,
and you're hoping that. And I'm not saying this team will. We gotta see if AJ plays. We got things to figure out.
I mean, the fact that now it's coming out that it might be a couple week injury is shocking to me.
Yeah.
Because it just came out of nowhere in practice on Friday, right? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And then to hear on the sideline that it's a multi-week injury, you're just like, holy shit. Yeah, we better figure it out. Because as I mentioned when we talked about, the roster construction, we only kept 5 wide receivers, right? Because for the most part, Devontae and AJ don't miss games, right? For the most part, they have been playing all the time. So you didn't need to keep that 6th guy that you might not dress every game, right? But you had him on the roster to keep. Granted, they're all there on the practice squad, but we can't go multiple 3, 4, 5 weeks without AJ. Now, granted, at most it's going to be 3, right? Because we have last week Saints, Bucks, and then bye, right? So this is in hopes this is a good spot where the bye is. Who would have thought we'd be talking about having a good bye at week 5? But the AJ is definitely concerning. Definitely concerning.
And part of it, I think, is just like, hey, we're so early in the year. Organizationally, we don't want to rush this back.
Sure.
Because it's something that lingers the rest of the year. So it's about getting it right early, which probably tends to make it go a little longer than you would think.
Yeah.
Right? Like that extra week. Alberto said we need a better proven edge rusher. On paper, our D-line is not that great. I think it's better than we think it is, though, on paper. Because you have because you're factoring Jalen Carter taking a monster jump. Like, that's why it's good on paper.
Yeah.
Nobody said it's great, but it's good because you're expecting that jump. We haven't gotten that jump. Again, before we get into everybody else, like, we know what Bryce Huff is here to do, right? And Josh Sweat's here to get it to the quarterback too. Neither one have. So, you're expecting Jalen Carter to go into all-pro talk. Not Pro Bowl, all-pro talk. Like, if you don't hit on that shit, you get this. You get not good enough.
Yep.
There's a lot of football to be played. So I ain't going to sit here and say, he can't play. You know what I mean? Nobody's saying he can't play or it's like nobody's saying that, right? He's got to play at a high level, and so do other guys. But you got to be committed to stop the run of this in this league. Stopping the run's a 1-2. You don't get all the glitz and glamour for stopping the run. And you know there's an emphasis on it. So I feel like they put their best, you know, they bring everything Sunday. They bring everything they have, and they play their best football this year. And that's what I'm really hoping for. And I'm going to stay in the 30s because that's where they should fucking be. Well, maybe not without AJ. (28-24) Eagles.
28-24.
28-24 Eagles. Give us your score predictions. Comment it in. Offense, defensive player of the game is your tiebreaker. Screenshot it, baby. Screenshot it when you do it. Chance to win a honey cut. We need edge rushers, baby. I know. You're right. Ree's saying we need fucking edge rusher. First round stat. Yeah. Can we take the pick now? hey, Raj. Let's do a favor here. We got NIL money. Don't fucking matter anymore. You know what I mean? We can just take a guy out of college.
Holy shit.
What do you say? What do you say?
It's his score prediction.
Oh my God, I didn't say it. Wow. Jacob saying Carter's a bust for a top 10 pick.
Oh. I don't know. I saw a lot last year. I mean, he realistically was the defensive rookie of the year last year. They gave it to Will Anderson, who had a good year. Jalen Carter had a better year. So, yes, I am absolutely biased holding a non-cash Jalen Carter defensive rookie of the year ticket. But he should have still been. And if they win one game in that 7 games, he wins the award. So I'm not going to sit here and say he's a complete bust, Jacob. But you might not be far off. I just saw too much last year to say he's a complete bust. But if he doesn't take a step forward, now we're in your conversation and we're definitely talking for sure. Yes, he did, T. Cole. He had a better year than Will Anderson. Did have a better finish. Didn't have a better finish than Will Anderson, but had a better year than Will Anderson. Houston was just the talk of the town down the end of the year. And Houston won everything down the end of the year, including all the awards.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's close.
He had a good year. I just don't think he was rookie of the year.
Either way, I mean, Jalen Carter needed to take that next jump.
Correct. And he did.
And obviously, well, right now.
Or hasn't.
He hasn't yet. Yeah. Now, if you remember last year, he started good and faded. So maybe we get a little fade early and more dominance.
Oh, thanks, T. Cole. Never watched football in my life. Appreciate it, bud.
Oh, my God. Greg can't handle it right now.
God damn it.
Well, what's your score prediction, Greg?
I don't know if I could give one if I've never watched football in my life.
I think I trust your judgment over T. Cole's.
Well, Ray, if you're thinking like,
I mean, thanks for checking in, Cole. But
well, listen, Ray, what are we doing it for if we don't think we win? Like we went from being like a 12-win team to thinking now the Saints now, who we don't even factor as a competitor in the NFC.
Supposed to be terrible.
Yeah, now they're whooping our ass. Like maybe they do. I'm not saying they don't. Like, but I'm not going to give a score like they're whooping our ass. And I'm sure as hell 2 games in, even though I said a lot of things throughout this hour show, right? I'm not happy. You know, I'm not going to waver from what I think they should be. Even though I think the AJ loss kills you offensively to a point, but you still should be able to score 28 a game.
Yeah. And you look at the grand scheme of things, what makes more sense? The Saints being 3-0 or both teams being 2-1 after 3 games? Right? Saints being 3-0 and the Eagles being 1-2. Or Eagles being 2-1, Saints being 2-1. I think that's the way to go. When you're thinking, right? Because we all know how the NFL works, right? We know how the NFL plans out the games and schemes out the games. Can't argue that, Jacob. Can't argue that. I'm going to go 27-20 Eagles.
I like it. I like
27-20
Because
Eagles.
everybody's going to take over. Everybody's going to run to the over this football game.
Yeah,
everybody's going to run to the Saints. The Eagles stink.
I don't even know what it is.
Yeah, you can write these games up, man. Now, it doesn't mean they don't come out and lose.
Sure.
But
my bank account will tell you I'm wrong all the time.
But this feels like everybody loving the Saints, and they're marching in, and we smack them. Not like like I said, we got a close game. Thanks, Eileen. She's doing great. Thank you. Combo. I've always felt like they're always good. Like they're always tough. The Saints defense, but like Jalen's always beaten them. I feel like Jalen always beats them. So that shit matters in the NFL. Like when you just beat certain teams, doesn't matter who's there. You know what I mean? Doesn't matter who your quarterback, but I feel like the last 2 times we played them, he beat them. Am I wrong? Did they win one of those games?
No, the last time we played them, that was the Gardner Minshew game that he threw, 7 pick sixes?
Oh, yeah. Oh, that hideous loss.
Jacob,
yeah.
Jacob, you can't go through the whole season like that, though. Like, so they just spanked Dallas. Now they're like awesome. Like Dallas can never be spanked.
Yeah.
Like early in the year too.
Marshawn Lattimore missed last week. I don't know what his status is for this week, so there's a chance too. Todd, what's up, brother? Philly Dilly, brother.
What up, Todd?
There's a chance that he misses this game as well. Like I said, I haven't looked at the injury report.
Yeah, Jacob, thank you for catching it. Thank you for checking in. But it's not like college football, you know what I mean? It in the NFL, it's a seesaw. It's a roller coaster. You never know what you're going to get from one week to the next, and I don't think we can all of a sudden look at the Saints as some juggernaut. Yes, they're off to a good start. Yes, they had an impressive win in Arlington over the Cowboys, but I mean, we can't just sit here and say, "Oh, they're going to run up 40 or 45 points every game." It's just not how it works. And I think the Saints will come back to reality a little bit. And maybe a few of our guys, including Nick Sirianni, will get his head out of his ass. And we'll be ready for a 60-minute effort here. Notice I said 60-minute effort. Now, 58 minutes don't get it done, just like we found out Monday night. I have the Eagles winning a close one. Give me 26. Give me 26-23 at the gun.
Ooh. Grim, thanks for chiming in.
Yeah, brother.
Your Raiders got a nice gem over there in Brock Bowers, man. That's probably got to be fun to watch.
It's all right. We weren't throwing the ball. So
yeah, we would throw it to Britton Covey over Brock Bowers.
Jalen doesn't trust him. Yeah. Who leads the team? So now, like Vic Fangio don't know how to coach a defense. Like, who leads the team? I said before you can get in to everybody else, you always go to the top. Who's starting the fire? Who can put out the fire? Top can put out the fire. That's 101. We ain't telling you Vic ain't to blame, but we're going to fire another defensive coordinator.
And think that's going to solve anything?
Like, you know what I mean? Like, at some point, let's just start with Nick. We can go to the talent, right? But again, I'll say on paper, coming into the year, I'm not saying Howie can't ever get blamed, but I thought this was the year he put together a really good roster. The defensive front was relying on Jalen Carter. I was relying on Devin White when I was looking at the way I would do a roster, right? And the secondary was way better, and you just say, "Wow, this is the better football team," you know. But some guys haven't played to that level, and when you have guys that don't play that level, here we are. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We can't go into many deep coordinators.
Yeah, there's only so many of them left.
Bye, Eileen.
See, Eileen. Grim says the Saints are weak versus running quarterbacks. Whoever wins that battle wins the game. I want to check. Why am I blanking? Who did I just say was out this past week? Oh,
Marshawn Lattimore.
Marshawn Lattimore. I want to check his status. Not that NFL injury reports mean anything.
Yeah. They're all listed as probable or doubtful or whatever.
Yeah, he's listed as a limited practice, so he's probably going to be a game time decision. I would guess. You know what I mean?
Aren't we all?
So Kool-Aid
and there's
will play
only
then?
Kool-Aid would play in his position. By the way, greatest name ever. One of the greatest names ever.
I mean, they got Mario Davis still. They have Chase Young over there. I think they're okay.
Yeah.
You know, their offense is solid though.
Yeah, and they're obviously clicking on all cylinders through 2 weeks. But yeah, I mean, the NFL is going to come back to earth, right? The NFL, he said, I don't see the Saints being a 3-0 team. No disrespect, right? I just think 2-1 is more plausible than them being a 3-0 team, and the Eagles dropping to 1-3. We're 1-2. Sorry, Marshall's going to kill me with that.
I do think the Saints are a playoff team, though.
Well, I don't think everybody can be one. You know what I mean? Like maybe they are, but I don't think everybody can be one.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's a team in their division that's probably better than they are. So in the Bucks. So
the one we see the week after.
Yeah, it's just crazy because I think it's actually went from being a shitty division we think of
to be
right now. But you know how the NFL can be in the first 4 to 5 weeks of a season.
Yeah,
we've seen it. We've seen it here in Philly. We're 3-1, 4-0. Randall's hurt, right? We're done. So we've witnessed that.
Well, and how many times did you look up north to the Patriots, right? And the Patriots are 500 through October or below 500 through October, and then once November hits, they turn it on and they find their groove. So
and then they go 12-4 again. Yep.
Yeah, I mean it's okay to get off to a little bit of a rough start and be 1-3 or it's not the end of the world. It's not a death sentence.
Right.
A death sentence if you continue it. But then if you go on a 4 or 5 game winning streak, now you're right back in the mix and you got a lot of football in front of you. So, it's all, I want to hope they're going to be all right because there's too much talent for them not to be. Even with AJ, it's not like I know people out there are like, oh my God. I get it, dude. He's a top 5 receiver in football. But we're still really lethal offensively. And does it hurt you? Yeah. But it shouldn't change your point production by 7.
Yeah.
It should change it like 3 or 4 for sure. Maybe 4 points swing. Rightfully so. You take them out of your lineup, but they should still score points. And it's a football game where, I paid a running back this much money. He's mad. And I got a guy who's mad. I'm going to put it in his belly. So I'm going Saquon Barkley as my offensive MVP. It is a belly game. Call it belly gate. Or let's call it the belly game. This is Saquon's belly game. And just
good thing it's not hands. He might drop it. Sorry, too soon.
He could drop it.
You make a great point. I think Saquon can be our best defense because really we need to keep the Saints offense off the field.
Yeah.
And if we can do that, like I said, if we do that, I think we win at the gun.
It's got to be a belly game.
Couple betting trends before I give my offensive player of the game. Eagles are 1-8 against the spread in their last 9. Solid. Eagles are 4-2 against the spread in their last 6 games against New Orleans. A little better. Saints are 6-1 against the spread in their last 7. And the total has gone over in 6 of New Orleans' last 9 games played in week 3. That sounds like a stat that Bob Euchre's given in Major League.
Yeah. It's amazing.
He hasn't hit a right-hander on a Tuesday when the wind has been blowing from the west at 10 miles an hour or more.
Yeah. I'll say this. We got over 70 people watching on YouTube.
Oh, come on.
We got 40 likes. Come on, get us to 70 before we sign off. Everybody rip it. Rip it.
Do this.
Rip it. Eagles win. Who's your offensive MVP?
I'm going to go Dallas Goedert. I want to hope that he went in there and raised havoc on wanting the football, and he gets into the end zone.
Goddard, huh?
Yeah.
I'll take the easy way out. Give me Saquon Barkley, 2 touchdowns. Let's go.
Tommy just took him. I mean, you can take him, but Tommy just took him.
All right, I'll take somebody else. Fuck it. I can't take AJ Brown. He's not playing, right?
Where'd you go? When
You felt like you just blacked out.
Did you just black out? Yeah, John, 2-9. I said 2-7. I was giving us a break here. I was trying not to be as doom and gloom, but yeah, it is 2-9 are a little in our last 11. Listen, they got to go win a football game Sunday. It's as simple as that. It really is as simple as that.
Oh man,
Are you really blanking right here,
dude? There's 2 guys you can take.
Yeah, I hear you.
Jalen Hurts or Devontae Smith,
or the wide receiver.
Like who you take?
Yeah, I got you. Give me Jalen. Fuck it. Let's maybe Jalen can go 1 game without turning the ball over. How about that?
Yeah,
I know we've lowered the bar below the fucking concrete floor here, below the basement floor, but maybe we can go 1 fucking game without turning it over.
Yeah, it's unacceptable. It really is, because like he makes his money off of 2022 Jalen Hurts.
Yep.
Which is taking care of the football, being smart with the football, not looking for the big play. Like he needs to take a step back on what got him there, and not try to be something else. Oh my God! Larson says Cam Jurgens has more penalties than Diddy. Oh my God!
Sorry, Todd Womack, didn't mean to scare you.
5 catches, 40 yards, 17 carries, 93 yards, and 3 TDs. Tempo said, "I'll take that bet." I don't know why. I got a vibe that this defense is going to come to play. Like I said, just a vibe. Just a vibe, babe. It's just a vibe. Doesn't mean they come and play. Had a lot of vibes in my life that have not aged well. This could very well be another one. I'm just saying they're competitive. Makes sense. I'm not saying they don't rush for a $135 of a team, right? Makes sense. Yeah. But they're not going for 200. They're competitive. Like that's what I'm looking for. They just need to be competitive so we can score some points and win a football game. And then we got to help them, like I talked about. And it's a belly game. It's Saquon, pound it. He goes for $125 and two touchies. That's Saquon's day, and he makes up for it. Defensively, football is weird. Give me Darius Slay said he owes us one.
Yeah,
he's a pussy.
Owes us one,
but
one.
Yeah.
Christ, he owes us a little more than one.
He owes one to make a tackle first and foremost, and that's why I call him a pussy, because I don't care if you play football and you don't want to tackle. And you're not getting like 8 picks a year. Houston, I got a problem with you. Right, Greg? I mean, I won't call a grown man that.
He missed that. He missed that tackle in the middle of that game. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, oh my God. Now, this obviously before the touchdown, right? I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to listen to Tom go off on Darius tonight. And then he had the touchdown. And I'm like, I can't stop him tonight. I can't stop him tonight.
No, it's like I want to retract and make this comment again. He's a football pussy. Okay, so I'm not saying he's like a grown man and he won't whoop my ass or everybody in the chat's ass. What I'm saying is he's a football pussy, right? And that's a guy I don't want to get his beak wet.
You're 42. You're 42, Tom, but I think you could take him.
I'm not trying to take him. That's why I want to clarify that I'm calling him a football pussy. As I said that again.
Get him, Ray. Get him, Ray.
What? Oh, my God. Yeah, because you have a hatred for CJ. At least CJ has a pulse. At least
I don't have a hatred. I have a hatred for the Go Live calling out the fans that he knew where he's coming to. That's my only hatred is the clapback. But no, that was a great hit. That was a great hit.
Stop calling him Slay, Todd. You know what I mean? I don't want to ever take a wrench away. But that's like, you know what I mean? Like, we got to have a feel now. He's Darius until otherwise. This motherfucker wants to walk around like people got to call him Slay. Like, what? You want your goddamn name to be Slay? Like, Slay, girl. Slay. Slay. Like, what are you talking about? What is he talking about? Like, what are we talking about here? You know what I mean? Like, I'm tired of business decisions, Bruce. I mean, I had enough of this goddamn watching it. Like, if it happens and I can't see it, it's like another thing. But it's like happening, you're like,
it's clear as that.
Because I'm not telling you to put your body on the line. You're getting paid to do it. So it's just not doing your job. Like, when you break it down, it just ain't doing your job. So you make all this goddamn money. If I was a defensive lineman and I got to watch tape with a guy, I would turn around and be like, you make all this goddamn money and you don't want to tackle nobody?
Meanwhile, I'm getting wrecked every play.
No, Dad, you're not wrong. I mean, we say it is Slay because we got accustomed to it. But I want him to start called Darius on like Twitter and shit until he makes a big play to be called Slay or Big Play Slay. So that's why I'm picking him as my defensive player of the game. He's my defensive player of the game. I think he gets a pick, and I still don't think he makes any tackles. So I'm just going to go one interception, and for that on our defense is a great start.
John, John, that was a big miss. That was a big miss there for sure, because that also ends the game. Dallas caught it right away, and obviously Nick saw it right away on that play. Did you guys see that video? Did you see that clip? Right before they called the timeout, and then they went to the throw to Saquon. They got to the line with 6 seconds left, went to hard count. Judon jumped, but Dickerson or Mailata didn't move at all to get the 5 yards.
Okay.
And then they called the timeout. Dallas pointed right away, right when Dallas is in motion. Judon jumps, Dallas points. Mailata and Dickerson, all they had to do was move at that point, right? Because he's in the neutral zone. And then after they called a timeout, you see the video of Nick screaming at Mailata and Dickerson, get your head out of your asses. That was the game. Because it was, what, 4th and 3? Or 3rd and 3, right? 3rd and 3. Yeah. 3rd and 3. That's a 5-yard first down. The pass doesn't even come into play.
No.
Yeah, it was a big play.
If he don't tackle, I'll put Isaiah Rodgers or I'll put my first-round draft pick out there or my second.
Yeah, what's up with Rodgers? Was that a healthy scratch?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not always good.
Marshall on fire after the Chargers. So CJ hit that hole harder than Diddy party. Josh, you're right, Josh. This offense fucking stinks when you're talking about the Phillies.
Yes.
So 32 times in 2 games is like ridiculous. My 3.5-year-old could do it.
Yes.
That's how ridiculous it is.
And that's how you lose playoff series, right? As we're 10 games into the playoffs, right?
Everybody's firing about the Phillies now. I love it.
Let's go.
The curse of the Phillies repeats this again.
He's one hit of the series, of course, right?
Yeah, of course. Babe Ruth.
Babe Ruth 2. Got Wheeler at home and got Nola there. Oh,
PBNJ says Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, and Harris are all laughing and smiling after the game. Really rough. Oh my God. Yo, you're so right about that. Because we didn't get to go live. And now and I saw them laughing. I'm like, and it's another reason. I was like, you know what? I don't give a fuck. These guys don't give a fuck. I'm not gonna give a fuck. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna care. You guys don't give a shit, either do I.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not your coach.
Yeah,
So,
I missed that. I didn't
Well,
see that.
I hate to say that. I hate to say it. I see that all the time after every fucking game.
Me
And
too.
It's always rubbed me the wrong way.
But I did see a
especially
clip of
after
him walking into the locker room that looked a lot different, right? So maybe on the field with the other team, maybe obviously with friends and stuff, he might have been joking it up, which not saying it's better, but when he looked I don't say remorseful, right? But he looked sad, or what you expected someone to be walking in there after giving up the game when he touched
yeah, it's hard because when you see guys after the fact with like guys they may know for a long time, etc., you let your hair down a little bit in the moment, and you want guys to be rough and tough and be like, "Fuck this guy, I ain't talking to him."
Yeah,
and go to the locker room, but like guys handle it differently. So you get 53 grown men. Everybody's going to handle a loss differently.
Right.
And the reality is, right, like as much as we hang on every moment, right, it's a game, right? It's a game to them, right? Like, are you happy? Are you smile when you get out of work? I am smile when I get out of work.
Well, it's not a game.
Oh, fuck yeah, tough. I'm smiling when I
get out of work. Hold on. But that's the problem here. They talk about it as this profession bullshit. But it is a game of competition.
Yeah.
So, like, if you can look at it both ways, if you're smiling after losses and you're okay with it.
No, I'm not saying. I'm with you there.
Like, it ain't getting out of work. It ain't getting out of fucking work. It ain't, you know what I'm saying? No, like, it ain't getting out of work smiling. Yeah. Like, that's a different smile. If those guys are smiling to get out of work, then they need to be playing. They need to be playing football in like China.
Yeah.
Right. Like we get them overseas. It's enough. It's enough. Go.
No, that's what I take that being on the field right after the game, right? Saying, dapping up everybody and stuff like that. Like,
you guys just gave up 65, 70 yards in a minute of time, essentially.
Yeah. I don't know what they're smiling about.
Like that would, that's where it's like, well, that's where I can see PBNJ and where I was thinking about it too.
100%.
Like,
I get it.
Like, we're good guys. We're Gucci here. Okay. Don, before we get out of here, says, Tom, remember when Darius was on the Lions? He won on first take and he called out Matt Patricia because he told him to stop glazing other players. That's putting in nicer terms.
Glaze talk.
7 likes from 50, Greg says. Come on, baby. I'm going to go watch it. Donnie. Yeah, the new kickoff rules are stupid.
They're stupid. They're stupid.
Like, yeah.
Absolutely, Brian. Absolutely, Brian.
Right. There's people on this platform that are going to tell you how great they are, too. And that's okay. Like, that's why it's agree, disagree radio. People are allowed to have different opinions. Even though that opinion can be totally wrong.
Even the wrong.
Even though that person is wrong. We agree, disagree on it. But they're wrong. Because they're horrendous. All right, boys.
So you went Slay. Who'd you go, Noah?
This will take 25 minutes.
Fuck. Give me Brandon Graham. What the fuck? I know he's old. He's old as shit.
Dude, the guy's got to play 5 snaps. Pick somebody else.
Huh? Oh, fuck it. He's going to surprise you and get a strip sack like old times. All right.
Christ.
Well, I mean, he's playing more downs than the other guy.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Strip sack to seal the deal.
I didn't notice him after he ripped Bijan's head off.
Marsha says no. It's a concussion protocol.
Hey, Marshawn, I've been in concussion protocol my whole fucking life. All right. I'm gonna go have a beer.
Do it, Brian. That's a good name. I don't know how he fits in a 3-4 though, Brian.
I don't give a shit.
But I take him. Give me. I'm going to stay on the front line. Give me. Jalen Carter. Give me Jalen Carter.
Huh? What's he do?
2 sacks.
2 piece.
2 piece.
We glazing. We glazing Sunday night.
Yeah.
As the kids say, we
Yeah.
glazing. We glazing that donut.
Yeah. Phillies 1 game to clinch a playoff.
That's cute.
4 games, 3 or I think it's 3 or 4 for the division. But it might be double because we're in New York and we're facing them, right? So every win we get, it's 1 less for them.
Yeah, Greg says Quinyon Mitchell. I agree with that.
Great one.
He's been great.
Except for a couple random plays, he's been really good.
Yeah.
Right. And so as a rookie, you'll take that, right?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, Josh, I think that's for the division, but just pure playoffs is just 1. Could have been tonight if they would have won or the Mets lost, but that didn't happen. Either of them. I saw that. The Tigers are right there.
On,
They're
guys.
right there for the last playoff spot.
Get us over 50 likes here, man. I mean, get us over a honey cut when it's all said and done. Maybe even more. I would love to do this. I would love to do this every day of my life. You know what I mean? I don't ask for a lot. You know, we've been doing this shit for fucking like 8 years. Me and Noah 10. Me and Noah been in a decade. Like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? We didn't just come in. We didn't just say, here we are. You know, we've been through a lot with our teams here. We've been through a lot. We keep showing up.
When you and I started, hell, the Chip fucking Kelly was in town here.
That's what I'm saying. We've been through a lot. Emotionally.
Love me some
Emotionally. So we're just asking you to fucking let us do this all the time. You know, Noah's got to be up at 3 a.m. I mean, fucking throw a like for him. You know? Have a little class.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
And you going to be Team Sirianni or Team A2D? What team you joining? What team you join? We should start a petition that we take over the play call. We take over all the meetings. All meetings go through us. And we got to talk to every player. Like, I mean, we got to go them to overcare and calm guys down. I would clean that up real quick. Like, I ain't telling you I'm going to X and O you in football. Makes sense? But I'll clean up the attitude and the 1-2 real quick in there. If you're looking for like a big Dom, put it in terms of like, I just want to be the assistant coach. No, but nobody talks to Nick. You know what I mean? Nick's just there. He'll do all the pressers. I do all the dirty work. Makes sense? Like, I'll do all the, like, you know what I mean? I like Nick though. I met Nick. Nick's a good dude. But I think on the field, he looks like he's coaching high school. Yeah. That's all. Like, shit that is not okay at the pro level when running down the field. We're running 45 yards. like you walked it off. Like, bro, if he walks it off, I get it. You know what I mean?
Yes,
right.
100%. If that's a walk-off, do you, boo-boo.
Oh, yeah, baby. Go get her. You know what I mean? Go get your girl right there. Go get her. You see her, go get her.
Right.
And, you know, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at with. But I didn't walk off.
Yeah.
But that's where it's feel. Like, I would fucking feel Nick on game day. Right? And I think it loses players, man. I'll clean it up. You know what I mean? You guys want guys fighting for this fucking city? You think Darius won't tackle? I'll make sure we're calling him Slay by the end of the year.
Yo, Yusef.
Wow, that's fucked.
What's up, brother?
That's fucked up. Damn, Marshawn. Jesus
Yeah, I don't know if I want to read that one.
Yeah, I'm not reading that one. We're gonna stay away from that one. Wow.
Which one?
Oh, wow.
Which grassy knoll?
Oh,
Who's
good
grassy
Lord.
knoll? One or two? Yusef, my brother. I agree, brother. You got to get rid of Sirianni. And he's a Commanders fan, Yusef, if you guys don't know. Because you got to get rid of Sirianni if you want to win a Super Bowl. I agree.
I don't disagree there, but we got to get the year.
Oh, for sure. Yusef says, what's up, gents? I know it's far away. Jaden versus Jalen will be a great QB matchup. Yeah, I think you guys got a good one.
Should be fun.
There.
Yeah.
I think you guys got a good one there.
Definitely, I think, got the best one of the group.
Yeah, well, you're going in a different direction. New ownership. He's a fucking loser. But at least he will want to win. And he might not want to win a championship, but at least want to win. so he can sell tickets.
Yeah.
So, but he's a scumbag. You'll see it. You'll catch that drift. Guy owns every team up the East Coast. This loser.
And
But it's better than
wants to move the Sixers down to freaking Chinatown. Get the hell out of here.
yeah. I'd rather you just go to
Camden or stay right in the lot. There's so much.
Oh, the lot's a no brainer. Greg, we
The
talked
lots, just build an arena yourself.
Yeah, like the more
Or stop being a bitch and stay where you're
Well,
at.
well, not only that, they should stay in the lot because the city is reinvesting in South Philadelphia down there. They're gonna make that almost like a full blown out entertainment district.
There's nothing better than that area, though. There's nothing better.
There's so much room for a gigantic stadium.
There's so much room for activities. We
Yep.
could do aerobics. We could do step aerobics. We can make bunk beds. No power tools. It's a toothbrush. But yes, they're idiots for trying to move to Center City. Get the hell out of here.
All right, just
I
go to
hope,
Camden.
I hope they never sell out there. I hope they never sell out.
I'd rather them just go to Camden.
Of course, that'd be easy for you and Greg. You just
Well, not for Greg.
Not
Greg's
for
in
me.
Florida.
or you're in Florida now.
Well,
I ain't
me,
nowhere near.
Ain't nothing easy for me, babe. Like it's not. You know, I'm down south.
Oh my God,
you know what I'm
bro.
saying?
Well, you don't have to pay the toll, you know.
Yeah, I do. Well, I mean, no, I don't. But
If they go to Camden, you don't.
no, but I'm all the way down. You know, I'm not even gonna say where I'm at. People start showing up. You know what I mean? I'm
Right.
famous. But
Right,
I'm down
I got
south.
you.
You know, I'm
Like,
down.
I'm famous.
Yeah, like, I'm down the expressway. Like I'm hiding.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean? I'm a paparazzi. Yeah, paparazzi. Oh, stay away. Stay away. I didn't say that about Nick.
You
What?
You live outside the Borgata, right?
Yeah, babe. You know what I mean? I'm up in the penthouse. We're in the penthouse. But yeah, so all I'm getting at is it's a must-win football game.
Yes.
Through it all, must-win football game. The Phillies got to try to put some fucking competitive at bats together. All right, somebody
let's clinch and celebrate at Citi Field. That would be amazing.
Yeah, it would be, and it would be fitting. And the other side of it is I want to hear the song.
Yo, Marshawn, that was awesome.
The song, what, Dancing on My Own?
No, Colt 45 Center will be the Camden Sixers new arena name. Oh man! Oh, good lord! What the fuck?
It ain't wrong. I mean, we call it how we see it. You know, it ain't too deep.
What
He ain't wrong. He ain't wrong. He ain't wrong. I mean, it ain't a nice place, man. I mean, ain't nobody gonna run from what you're walking into.
Yeah.
I mean, let's call a spade of spades. Let's call spades spades. I mean, that ain't a place you walk around in the daylight. Better yet, at nighttime. You know what I mean? I'm taking a fucking 5-year-old per se at that point, a 6-year-old down to a game in Camden at 7:00. That feels great.
Yeah.
Oh no, don't worry. The arena won't be ready until 2040.
Yeah.
Your kid will be damn near out of high school by the time that arena's done.
At the end of the day, like that I don't even want to. I mean, I'll walk through the parking lot. That ain't a big deal. But like, it'll be cleaned up there. But South Philly, that's where it's at, man. That's the home of it.
It's got to stay there.
That's the birthplace of it. Don't be a fucking loser, Joshua. You understand?
Well, you
Stay
are, but don't be one.
Yeah, stay at the Wells Fargo because it's a nice arena. Or at worst, you want something new and pretty, build it down there.
Yeah.
Stay where people are going to be at. You know what I mean? You draw more attraction at being an entertainment district and the home of the Sixers being there. Business 101 class for you, Josh, than putting their asses in Center City or Camden. You know what I mean? Like either one.
Well, especially in Chinatown, there's not really. First of all, they'll be destroying a neighborhood, which is completely unnecessary. All right. And there's really not a lot at that poor section of Market Street. There really isn't. I don't know. I think they'd be damn fools to move to Center City.
And that's why they're the Philadelphia 76ers.
Yeah, you got that right.
Oh, my God. All right. Great show, boys.
Yes.
Oh, Marsh at the end. He just gets me. He gets me. But yeah, the New Jersey Sixers doesn't really ring. And I'm a guy born in Jersey, right? I'm born in South Jersey.
Yeah.
You know, I'm an Audubon guy. I'm 5 minutes from the stadiums in Jersey. Now my family was from there and over there. You know, but South Philly is where we know it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No matter where you live now, no matter where you're from, if you ain't even living in the city anymore or around it, right? You're Greg and you're Florida guy. You're like a fucking retired 90-year-old. You know, like he's like one of the Seinfeld parents. You know, just living his best life down there. But it's known for it. You know, and I think it would be an epic failure organizationally to not be the Philadelphia 76ers, regardless. So if it ain't there and Chinatown's the option, okay. You know what I mean? But, you know, I think you got to fight for it to be there. So that's it. Yeah, maybe we'll see Dewan if it's in Camden. I'll ring the bell.
And Dewan will cut the fucking ribbon or something when the arena opens.
Yeah, we'll ring the bell. Never played here.
Ring the bell, cut the ribbon. Fucking God, I hope they don't move to Camden.
Yeah, D-Slayer, you're right. Here's the thing. Both Philly and Jersey natives agree that should stay in South Philly. Yeah, because we're 101. Because we got fucking feel. I don't care where you're from. It's the same place. Like, I don't care. Like, this bubble is we're all the same. Like, I don't care. Like, people get all caught up. I'm from South Philly. You ain't really from there. Okay, bro. If I can get to the stadium quicker than you, what makes me not from there? What makes me not? You know what I mean, I just got a river that I can't swim across, but a bridge don't make me from a different country. You know what I'm saying? A bridge.
Wow.
Like, I ain't come from Canada. You know what I mean? And you ain't got to take a bridge. Half the time, half the places you come in. You know what I mean? Maybe you do. I don't know. I've never been over the border. Doesn't matter. Oh my God.
River Sharks baseball was a good time.
Yeah, it was, bro. Yeah, it was. I just played at that stadium the other day. Well, I didn't play. I coached there, but it's not the same.
I missed the River Sharks. They were fun times.
They changed it, but they
Yeah,
still have the back.
I was gonna say they took the grandstands down and all that, right?
Yeah. Which they should have. Like, the seating they have now is stupid. It's just like high school benches. It's like, dude, you should have built something at least out a little bit there.
Yeah.
Like, as a backdrop, just to bring more to it. Like you know, you don't have to go like bleachers like that. You know what I mean? Like concrete. You know, you can do so. You know, you can build it out nice. Maybe they plan to. You know what I mean? I don't know. But for a D3 program, they would really up people going there just by having the whole like little stadium feel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, where you can sit 100 people up there comfortably. You know, you don't gotta go crazy, but it just brings something to the game. You know what I mean? It was weird to me. But yeah, that's it. All right. This is A2D Wednesday nights. It's been. We'll see you Sunday night for Agree to Disagree. It'll probably be later. It'll be a 10 o'clocker. But what time we play? 1?
Yeah, 1 o'clock.
1, yeah. So I'm sure I'll miss that because of baseball. That's awesome. This is the season. But I'll still be on.
4 likes to 50. Let's go.
Unbelievable. You know, we sit here. We sit here begging. Trying to get
Pound the like, pounder from behind, and roll over and go to bed.
Oh, my Lord. Hello.
Don't Vic Fangio it.
Don't be missionary.
We're brought to you by Bajier's Bread, Mount Laurel, New Jersey. That's Noe Eaton, Greg Milwakovic. I'm Tom Arnone. We love you. We appreciate you. Go Birds. Hum Phils. Maybe not strike out 32 times in 2 games.